Hey everybody, so today you can see I am barefaced. This is actually a video that my fiance suggested, which he wanted to call the how to get ready in 5 minutes because your fiance is impatient and needs to go and wants to leave but doesn't want to wait for you to do your makeup look. I think that that title is a little long, so I'm going to go with a quick everyday makeup, something along those lines. We'll see once I actually title this video. Sorry, my phone. So yeah, I'm gonna go with something, shorter and not so long-winded as far as the title is. But yeah, so I wanted to show how I would get ready if I had like no time to do it. It's going to be, the things that I consider to be necessary for my face, but it may be different for your face. Not everybody feels comfortable wearing the same amount of makeup. Some people have to wear, like full face every day, and some people, they can just pop on some mascara and some lip gloss and they're fine. This is kind of in between those two levels. So yeah, if you want to see how I would get ready very quickly, then just keep watching. Okay, so I have all of my products here together that I would normally use for my face when I'm trying to get ready really quickly. So I'm just going to go through the steps and I'm going to do it pretty quickly. I'm not going to zoom you in for the eyes because, to be honest, there's not really anything going on the eyes besides mascara. That's how I like to do it. So yeah, first I start off by priming my face. I just use this primer water because it helps everything to stay in place. But it's nothing like shimmery or anything. It's not gonna make your face look any better. Then I go in with concealer. I'm just gonna use concealer and some powder. I'm not going to do like a full-on face of foundation because I really don't need it. But if you feel more comfortable wearing foundation than without it, then you can go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put this pretty much anywhere I have any spots, darkness. I'm gonna kind of highlight a little bit with it because this is a little bit lighter than my skin. And I think it's fine. Oh, I actually need a little around the nose. So I know I look crazy right now, but I'm gonna use a fluffy brush. This is just a Luxie eyeshadow brush. Sort of blend it in. And then if it still looks a little obvious, I'll use my finger. I like this brush versus like a sponge or something when I'm doing it really quickly, just because the warmth of my fingers kind of helps it, and then the brush applies a little bit less, so it looks a little less obvious that I don't have a full face of makeup. And I just have concealer on. Weirdly enough, I don't get compliments on my skin when I'm wearing foundation. For some reason, I only get compliments on my skin when I'm only wearing a little bit of concealer and then some powder. So, I don't know, maybe my skin just looks better. Maybe it's because usually when I have foundation on, I've got a bunch of other stuff going on, so I don't know. Really want to brighten up around the eyes. So I do have dark circles, but I'm not going to completely cancel out the dark circles with this concealer. It's just not going to happen. That's okay, because we're going for something a little more natural, easy going. You do want to get some on your eyelids just in case if you have like dark eyelids or any like veininess or anything like that, just so it makes you look a little bit more awake. I find my finger is a little bit easier to use around the eyes. And it's gonna crease a little bit just because I haven't set it yet, but we'll blend it once it gets to the powder portion before we powder it. The reason I'm using this concealer instead of like my Makeup Forever concealer, which I do prefer, is just because the Makeup Forever concealer is actually a little bit lighter than this one, even more light than this one is. So that one looks kind of crazy if you don't have any other makeup on to me. So it might be a little bit better if I had like a darker color, but I just like the formula of this one too. It sits nicely without any foundation. So. All right, so as you can see, face is kind of concealed. You know, nothing too covered up. You can still see my skin. So to set my under eye concealer, I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powder, and diffused light. So before I put it on my under eyes, just tap the under eye and then really chuck it on there. I use this stuff like a lot. I use a lot of it. But it doesn't ever look cakey or powdery, so I don't really have to worry about it getting like crazy like some other powders. So just using this to set the eye area. You can go ahead and use it to set the chin and the upper lip and the nose or the forehead, whatever you want to do. I'm going to just use it on the center of the forehead just because I do get shiny in this sort of area of my forehead, so I don't want to make it look shiny, even though this isn't like a super shiny powder. I keep on saying power. It does have like a luminosity to it, which I don't really need in this upper area of my forehead. For the rest of my face, and just kind of to put some powder everywhere, I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Light. I think it's called, I don't know. But yeah, just this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. It's just a nice powder. And it helps to keep me looking nice without applying too much coverage. It's got a little bit of coverage, so that's why I like to use it. But it also just keeps me nice and matte. As you can see, I'm putting on quite a bit of this too, but it's, again, not one of those powders that looks super powdery. Really make sure you get the forehead. At least on me, my forehead is super oily. So, all right, so looking pretty good. You know, this is basically the whole base of it. Now you can just add anything that you feel like you need. For me, I definitely need to fill in my eyebrows, so I'll do that really quickly. Got a few stray hairs here and there, but I don't really have, oop, just poke myself in the eye. We don't have really time to clean them up, so they're just gonna have to deal like this. And when I'm doing like a more natural look, normally I fill in my eyebrows pretty dark just because that's kind of how I like to look, but with no like eyeshadow or anything, that can look a little harsh. So I'm just going to fill in any sort of more sparse areas. Just darken them a little bit. Try not to go too overboard, but sometimes I do anyway. Okay, so it's one eyebrow. Make sure I get this bald spot. I have different bald spots on the different eyebrows, so right here is the area where I get it on this one. But on this one, it's like right in this inner portion here. I don't know. I think that might be a leftover from when I used to tweeze my own eyebrows when I was like 15 and didn't know what I was doing. And I just tweezed way too much. Alright, so just kind of going with the natural direction of the hairs here. Not doing anything too crazy. Not like doing any straight lines or defining, really, just filling. Give the front a nice good brush through because I don't want it to look too dark. So that's the brows. Nice and simple. Gonna go ahead and chuck on a little bit of eyeliner. I'm just using the double-ended 24/7 pencil that I had from my Urban Decay tutorial. I'm gonna take a an eyeliner brush just because it's a little easier for me to do this way. And I'm just gonna run this and trying to get a little into my lash line because I have very sparse eyelashes. So I can do just mascara, it'll be fine, but I like to add a little bit of something. And if you get it on your lid, it's not the biggest problem. It's, you know, just kind of buff it so that it doesn't look like too much, but you probably won't even notice it once the mascara is on. I'm just trying to add a little more fullness to my eyelash line. You can take it straight from the pencil too if your pencil is like one of those ones that's really sharp, or if you want to do like a smudge sort of look. I just find it a little easier to use a brush. Ah, got it on my eyelid. That's good. So it's just a little bit to fill in the areas between my actual lashes. And then I'm going to take this other end, run that in my waterline just to brighten up a little. This isn't a necessary step, it just helps to bring a little bit more light to the eyes. And then chuck on some mascara. So I hope you aren't squeamish about people curling their lashes. I really like this eyelash curler because I have deep set eyes, so it can be hard for me to reach the corners. But you can actually like get your skin in this one sometimes, so whatever you like to do. I have to really curl my eyelashes because I have really flat, straight ones, so. And then just some Too Faced mascara. This one I don't really, you know, try too hard to get into the roots just because I want to use the other one that's got a little bit of a smaller wand for that. You can see the difference that it makes when my eyelashes are curled in a little bit of mascara. This mascara has got a lot of volume, so it can be a little bit chunky, especially the older it gets. So if you need to, you can wipe the brush off too, and it works great that way too. I'm gonna curl those ones. I do one eye at a time so that it holds the curl a little bit better. I don't know if that actually makes a difference, but I like to imagine it does, so. Just make sure I get the tips of all of my lashes with this mascara. Sometimes I get a little of this on my eyelid too, just because, again, my eyes are deep set, but it's really easy once mascara dries to just kind of wipe it off. And if you get a little in the lash line, then all for the better. Now I'm going in with the They're Real mascara. Oh, that was the Too Faced Better Than Sex, by the way. Now I'm going with They're Real mascara and just taking that from the lash line all the way to the tips. Really wiggling it in there just so that I get some separation back from where that Better Than Sex mascara is so chunky and thick. So yeah, that's one eye. Get the other one. Ooh. A little on my face. Got a little on my bottom lash on that eye, but get it out and then do my bottom lashes with the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. I can't really use like a normal size mascara wand on my bottom lashes because I'm so clumsy. I would get it all over my face. Alright. So it doesn't make too much of a large difference with the bottom lashes. I just like to have it there. For the face, we're gonna go pretty simple, just some blush, some bronzer. First I'm gonna go in with the bronzer. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer. I just got this and I like it a lot. It's nice and light. I do tap off the brush though because I'm not a tan person, so too much bronzer can look a little crazy on me. If you wanted to, you know, do like a light contour with this brush too, you could do that. I really like this brush for like a natural contour. I use it for my bronzer more than I would do blush. I just like it for that. Take a little along the jawline, get the neck some. See, the bronzer doesn't do a whole lot, it just warms up the face a little. And then some on the forehead, at the temples. Really easy. Do a little bit of, this is the Ambient Lighting Powder palette, and I like the incandescent light to highlight with. So I'm actually going to take that on the tops of the cheekbones pretty generously. It's not a super shimmery highlighter or anything, so you don't have to worry about getting too crazy. Take it on the tops of the brow bones, just there, a little on the chin, a little on the Cupid's bow, a little on the nose. Sorry, my fiance's calling me because he's ready to go, and that's good because I am almost ready to go as well. So blush from the Ambient Lighting Blush palette. I'm using the color Mood Exposure, which is this one over here, I think, or it's Luminous Blush. It's hard to say, but I'm just gonna take a little, swirl it on the cheekbones. If you wanted to add a crease color into your eyes, then, you know, to define it, then that's up to you, but this is pretty much all I need as far as face. And I get a lot of compliments on my skin when I just do my look like this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna chuck on a lip gloss. I usually use like the NYX Butter Glosses. Today I might use Creme Brulee or something like that. But yeah, so that's the full look. It was like, what, 15 minutes. It's a little bit longer than some people's like hurry up, get ready things, but yeah, just let me set. I think I like the Urban Decay one better just because of the smell. This one's a little minty, smells herbal. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, I hope you learned something or you got an idea of, you know, some quick ways to do things just to, you know, enhance a little bit but not cover up too much. I hope you have a good, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.